afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Hey, today I want to talk about the 2020 Tacoma TRD Off Road versus the 2020 Tacoma TRD Pro. Now, what brings this up? You know, I have the 2020 Off Road on order, and I don't have it yet. Supposed to be doing here in February. February will be 5 months since I placed the order. And I got to thinking, what happens if a TRD Pro becomes available? You know, maybe I don't want to wait for the off-road anymore. Maybe I pick up the TRD Pro if it's in a manual transmission. So I thought, you know, I looked through to compare the off-road, just the standard options, starting price, that kind of stuff, to compare the TRD Off-Road to the TRD Pro. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, the TRD Off-Road starts at $34,000. The TRD Pro starts at $43,960. A few more pennies, but what do you get for that from a standard option viewpoint? Now, the TRD Off-Road comes in an access cab, double cab, short bed, long bed. The TRD Pro comes in a double cab, short bed, which would be okay because that's what I want anyway. Fuel economy, for anybody that cares, the TRD Off-Road is 19 and 24, and the TRD Pro is 17 and 20. Now, standard options. Again, the 2020 Tacoma TRD Off-Road versus the 2020 Tacoma TRD Pro. We're going to start with the TRD Off-Road. Standard options, 16-inch machined contrast wheels. Those are the wheels with a little bit of a shiny look to them, you know, chrome and black, as opposed to just all black, which is what the TRD Pro wheels are. They're all black alloy wheels on the Pro. The TRD Off-Road has chrome rear bumper with black over fenders and color key door handles. The TRD Pro has the Toyota Heritage front grille with camera and the black TRD Pro tailgate badging. The TRD Off-Road has the gray grille with smoked finish and chrome surround. Also, the TRD Pro has the hood scoop with graphic. Now, the TRD Off-Road has LED daytime running lights, where the TRD Pro has LED headlights with sequential LED turn signals, black sport bezels, and LED daytime DRLs. We turn the page. Next up, convenience stuff. You know, that convenience stuff on the inside. The TRD Off-Road has variable intermittent wipers and mist windshield wiper control. Same thing in the TRD Pro. One thing I forgot to mention, we're going to go back a step. The 2020 TRD Pro has a power moonroof with a sliding sunshade. All right, back to convenience stuff. Power windows and locks, both have that. Heated mirrors with turn signal indicators, both have that. Let's see. The composite bed with 120 volt power outlet, you'll find that in both. Deck rail system, again in both. 10-way power adjustable driver's seat and 4-way adjustable front passenger seat. Not power on the passenger side. Both have that, except the TRD Pro has black TRD Pro leather trimmed heated front seats, because you need that when you're out there in the trails. Power sliding window, double cab only on the TRD Off-Road. The TRD Pro has the power sliding rear window as well. Let's see. Air conditioning. They both have that. Amazing. Leather trimmed tilt telescoping steering wheel. That's available as standard in both trim levels, the Pro and the Off-Road. Crawl control in the TRD Off-Road, automatic transmission only. Now, the TRD Pro has the multi-terrain select with crawl control. Again, automatic transmission only. Let's talk about some performance type stuff. They both have an electronically locking rear diff, both the Pro and the TRD Off-Road. They both have a tow package, V6 only. And the TRD Off-Road, as I mentioned earlier, has the multi-terrain select in the automatic transmission only. Now, we have a few options that are only on the TRD Pro. This is where we're going to separate it a little bit. The TRD Pro has TRD tuned Fox shocks, TRD Pro front skid plate, TRD Pro catback exhaust, which I really love that exhaust, by the way. I have it on the Tacoma up there now. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, that's on both. Premium audio with navigation, that's on the TRD Off Road. The TRD Pro has premium JBL with navigation. Connected services, these are like trials of things, you know, safety, Wi-Fi, satellite radio, they both have that. 3 USB ports, that's the same on both. Wireless phone charging, they both have that. And then again, as I mentioned earlier, the TRD Pro has the multi-terrain with camera. Smart key with push start, automatic transmission only, that's available on both. All right, let's talk about safety stuff. Tire pressure monitor system on both, backup camera on both. Toyota Safety Sense. You can't get away from it on either one. They both have the TSS system, the Toyota Safety Sense system. That's the system that gives everybody troubles. I still hear about it today. Keyless entry, manual transmission only on the off-road and the TRD Pro. Fog lights, wide angle fog lights on the TRD Off-Road and rigid industry fog lights on the TRD Pro. The TRD Pro also has, again, standard rear parking sonar, blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert. So what are the differences in a nutshell? Well, the price, $34,000 for the off-road versus $43,960 for the TRD Pro. The wheels are going to be different. You've got the contrasted alloys versus the black TRD Pro. Chrome bumper. That's a big one for me. You know, the off-road has the TRD, or the chrome bumper, I should say, whereas the Pro doesn't. Fenders and grille, they're going to be different as well. Of course, on the TRD Pro, we have the front camera along with the Toyota spelled out Heritage grille. Different badging on both. Fog lights and sequential LED turn signals on the TRD Pro. Different shocks, different exhaust, the skid plate, the power moonroof, leather trim seats with the Pro logo, so you get a little bit fancier interior with that TRD Pro version. JBL audio, that's another big one. You know, there's a big difference between the stock or standard radio and that JBL system. Rear sonar and blind spot monitor. I guess, you know, if you're out off-roading in the Pro and you're going to back into a rock or a tree, that could be handy. But it could be handy in a shopping mall too, you know? You don't want to back into that guy on the other side of you. The Pro has the hood scoop. Now, I'm curious to know what you guys think about this because the hood scoop, like what is on the Sport, the TRD Sport, seems to be a polarizing feature, you know? People either love it or they hate it. But there's no middle ground there. And the TRD Pro always comes, at least with the 2020, with that hood scoop. Would that be a deterrent for anybody out there? Leave a comment down below. I'd be curious to know what you think. Is that going to turn you off because the TRD Pro comes with that hood scoop? I don't know. Personally, I don't mind the hood scoop. I kind of like the hood scoop. So anyway, question is then, from my perspective, you know, if the off-road, for some reason, still isn't available in February with an undetermined delivery date for me, you know, what am I going to do? Well, I got to say, I would still stick with the off-road. I might search other places to be able to find one. I might have to drive a distance to get one, but it's just not worth the extra cash to pick up a TRD Pro for me, nor are the options that you get for that extra money really anything that's too concerning for me. I would rather stick with the TRD Off-Road for what it offers than pay that extra money for the TRD Pro. That's my opinion. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Is the TRD Pro really worth all that extra cash? What do you think? Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.